Hello guys, I'm Aveline and welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all having an amazing day. So today we are building another family home. This is not a tiny house, definitely not a tiny house. It's built on a 40 by 30 in Willow Creek and it's a house for, how many Sims did I fit in here? Possibly 6 I think, and then also some pets as well. I don't remember. I think I managed to fit in both a litter box, but you could also have a dog live here instead, or both if you want to, so a cat and a dog. I was very set on them having at least a cat, so there's a couple of litter boxes, or at least one in the house, so you could have 6 Sims living here and then a couple of pets, possibly a full household. But anyway, so the family setup is like 2 parents, there's room for a teen and a kid, and then I also made sure that there is a grandparents' bedroom on the ground floor, just because I felt like it would make sense for them to have grandparents there, and because it's a big house, I don't know, I got that vibe of the family. And also, I like to, for gameplay purposes, because I always feel a little bit sad when I move out the elders, like the grandparents and stuff, so I just like to have room for them to live with the rest of the family. And yeah, that is what we're doing today. I definitely try to go for a little bit more of a luxurious vibe to the interior, so it's very white and also gray and a little bit of silver in there too. So it's very different from what I've been doing lately, I want to say. It's not bohemian, it's not, what else have I done? Country rustic or rustic country interior. It's definitely a little bit more on the fancy side, but not like not a specific interior design style, just I don't know, a mix of different things that I thought looked a little bit pricey and expensive. So that is what we're doing today. Also, if it sounds like I'm mumbling just a little bit at times, or if I sound super tired or something, it's because I am. I don't know why, but when I went to bed Sunday, it took me 5 hours to fall asleep, and I ended up only sleeping 3 hours. And then yesterday I was sitting up with some friends until like 5 a.m. I'm tired, okay? It was my own fault yesterday. Sunday was not my fault. I should definitely have gone to bed earlier yesterday, but I'll go to bed early tonight. It's all gonna be good. Like, everything's gonna be fine. I'm just a little bit tired today, but I still wanted to do this voiceover so I could have this video up for you. So yeah, if I start mumbling, it might happen because I'm a little bit exhausted, but if I don't, that's also great. So anyways, but yeah, just so you know, if I'm mumbling just a little bit now and then, it's because I'm very tired. We have a 32-minute voiceover to do here, so there's a lot we gotta talk about. I don't really know what, but we're gonna talk about something. So anyways, also the style of this house is colonial, I think. And I'm pretty sure I started it a while ago. So I started it probably like 2-3 weeks ago, actually. I also started a 50 by 50. That's also a colonial. I don't know when that will be up. No idea. It's going to take ages to finish it. So I'm not going to promise it'll be up within the next month or so, but I'm going to do my best. But yeah, I started it the same day as that. So it's a couple of weeks ago by now. And that day I was in the mood to just build house shells, so I did. And it's actually nice just to have a couple of house shells ready, just standing there, so you can start decorating the exterior of the house and also the interior and figure out color schemes for the exterior and stuff like that. It's just, yeah, so you already have something started and you just need to log on and jump into it, you know? Because sometimes I'm not in the mood to find inspiration for exteriors or to start over completely new. Like, I just want to start decorating or something. So for those days, it's nice to just have a couple of house shells just standing there ready for you to just get started. So this is one of those, which is also why, I don't know if you noticed, but I haven't actually done, because this is when I picked it up again a couple of days ago. So I think Sunday, actually, I started decorating this house. I finished it yesterday, but because I had had 3 hours of sleep, I was not in any position to do a voiceover whatsoever, so I decided to do it today. I'm more exhausted today than I was yesterday, but whatever, it's not important. So I picked it up again Sunday, and I basically skipped the landscaping and also figuring out wallpapers for the exteriors. I just wanted to get started with decorating the interior, so that's why, I don't know if you've noticed, but we've completely skipped any exterior, like we haven't done any landscaping yet. I actually really like how the landscaping turned out. Oh, there was one thing I almost forgot to tell you, but in the screenshots you may, and also in the video, you may have noticed there's a patch of dirt that I forgot to put plants on top of. It's fixed in the uploaded version. I don't know why I didn't notice at all when I was decorating or doing the landscaping outside or taking the screenshots. I honestly did not notice until I was editing the screenshots. So there's that, but it's fixed in the uploaded version, so don't worry about that. And since we are close to the garage, or we were at least, I actually managed to do a proper garage today, so the garage is not turned into a bedroom or, I don't know, a living room. Sometimes I turn the garages into living rooms as well. It's often living rooms or bedrooms. I think I've also turned them into a bathroom once, or a couple of times, but today it's actually a proper garage. So I was like, in my mind, I tried to remember that I wanted there to be some hobby items in this house. So in the garage, they have a woodworking table. There's also the Elements collection thing that's also in the garage. And they have a hobby room as well, where I put a couple of easels, and then outside they also have a chess table. They have a little bit of everything because I figured for a house this big, you'd have extra space to place down a lot of hobby items. Usually if I'm building tiny houses, I tend to leave out a lot of them, but for houses this big, you just have a lot more space. So I was really set on giving them a lot of hobby items. I don't think they have any music instruments, but that's also a little bit special in my head at least. Or maybe they have a guitar in the hobby room or something like that, but nothing like a grand piano or a keyboard or anything like that. I really want, like, at some point, I really, really want proper, like, band instruments. So we're missing a drum kit and also a bass. And I don't know, I think it would be really cute to make like a garage where they had a band or something, a garage band. I really want that. So I'm hoping someday we'll get some more instruments or some different kinds of instruments. Because right now we just have a lot of guitars, you know? None of them look like basses, but I'm sure that you could take the animation from the guitar and basically just use it as a bass, like, or for the bass. Maybe make it a little bit more static or something like that, because yeah, I think if I recall correctly, the Sims tend to go a little bit crazy with the guitars when they get to like level 9, 10. But yeah, I don't know. I'm hoping that'll come at some point because I want to do like a garage band kind of thing. I mean, we even have a DJ setup or a DJ booth, but we still don't have a bass. That's a little bit funny to me, so. But anyways, I want to talk about something that I don't think I've ever mentioned in a video before. If I have, it's been in like one voiceover or something like that. I've gotten questions about it though in the comment section before, but I don't recall myself actually talking about it in a voiceover. So, and that is Paralives, because they're doing their character reveal today. So they send out a lot of pictures to different Sims creators, including myself, and asked us to do news videos on it. And I'm not gonna do that. I don't really do news videos, not even on The Sims, so I don't see why I would do it on Paralives, which is a completely different game. But considering some of my fellow Sims game changers or Sims creators will probably do videos on it, I'm guessing I'm gonna get a few comments about it. So, because it's gonna be all over YouTube today. So, or not all over YouTube, but at least in the Simming community. So I just wanted to touch on it quickly in this voiceover. It's not something that I'm going to dedicate a whole video to, just it's not me, so. And I'm also going to try and make this short because, again, it's not Sims related, it's about another game. Although I keep talking about Animal Crossing, but that's a different thing because I love Animal Crossing. So before I start talking about it, and I know that someone's gonna accuse me of this, but no, EA is not paying me to say anything about Paralives, because why would they? Why would they focus on my videos, like paying me for... That doesn't make any sense. I'm pretty sure they have more important things to spend money on than my videos. But it's a common theme these days, because especially after the Eco Lifestyle trailer went out, a lot of game changers have been accused of being paid off to say positive things about the pack when that's not true. We're not getting paid for anything. So I just wanted to say that before I start talking about Paralives, because I got the pictures like a week ago or something. I'm guessing that some of my fellow game changers also got the pictures about a week ago. Some of them are going to create videos about it. I am not, but I saw the Parafolk, and I do want to say, like, the Maggie's Love trailer or the video that they put up on Twitter back in April, it was pretty. The lighting was pretty, but it also looked like a render. The game would not end up looking like that. I knew that when I saw that video. And then I was sent the screenshots, and my suspicions were confirmed. The game doesn't actually look like that. And it's kind of weird to me that they would advertise Patreon in connection with the Maggie's Loft video when the video or the game doesn't look like it does in the video. They've changed it again. So they change the graphics all the time, which I understand because it's an indie game. So it's, of course, like trial and error and what can we do, how much can this engine carry, and so on and so on. And they changed it again. So it went from being like kind of cartoony, not a lot of textures, and a lot of lack of polygons, I should say. Not a lot of them. Lack of polygons, like everything was sort of, nothing was round, if that makes sense. It all had this weird shape to it. And then in the Maggie's Love video, everything looked a little bit more realistic, and then it went back to being cartoony. So they're using cell shading right now, which is something that I feel like can work for certain games, like it does in Borderlands. I think that's the game. I think that's the title I'm thinking of, or that didn't make any sense. What was that sentence? I think that's the title of the game that I have in my mind, but I might be wrong. Anyways, it can work for certain games, but it wasn't what was advertised in the Maggie's Loft video. Nothing was using, like, it looked kind of realistic, but in the videos that I've seen recently, it looks cartoony again. And I get that it's an indie game, so the style is going to change, but it's still confusing. The inconsistency is confusing to me. And I also want to say regarding the Parafolk, or at least Maggie, who's the only one we've seen so far, the style that they've gone for is too stylized to make them look very different from each other, because their eyes are big, they have a certain shape to their face and stuff. So that's just my opinion on it. Like, I think if you were to create 10 Parafolk and they all had to have huge eyes like that, for example, they'd end up looking somewhat the same. For example, if you took a real person, you could do different things with their faces. So, like, that sounded so creepy. But still, you could do a lot of different things with their faces so we don't end up looking the same. But if you take the Disney princesses, they all have huge eyes and small mouths. So they all end up looking the same, sort of, just with different hair colors and different skin tones. In my opinion, Sims 3 had the same issue with the jawline and the eyes as well, and also the foreheads, actually. So that's why a lot of my Sims in Sims 3 ended up looking the same, especially if you didn't have CC. And I think the Parafolk will have that issue. But I can totally understand why some people would like it, because they look sort of cute-ish, but just not for me, if you get what I mean. But anyways, I just wanted to touch on it quickly, just because I know that a lot of people are doing those reveal videos today, and I'm not going to do one. And I don't know, I still wanted to talk about it quickly because it's something that I haven't really talked about here on the channel, but I'll probably do a video with Paralives once it's out in like a year or two or maybe more. I don't really know if it's ever coming out. I'll probably do a video though, but it's not something that I'm going to be basing a series on or anything like that, because so far what the style looks like now is just not my thing. I like cartoony. I like the Sims cartoony feel to it, that it's all playful and cute and fun, but this is a different kind of cartoony and it's not really up my alley, and that's completely okay. And I'm not trying to persuade you either, like, that you have to not like Paralives. You can make up your own mind or opinions on it. I just wanted to share it because I know that a lot of the bigger creators, the bigger Sims creators, are going to make videos on it today, I think. I know a couple that aren't, but I'm pretty sure that at least a handful will be, so. Plus, the voiceover for this video is going to be 32 minutes long, so I figured it would be okay to talk about it in this video. If it had been a tiny house build, this house, it would have been like 15 minutes or so. Taking out 4 minutes to talk about another game might have been a little bit wrong, but because we're on a 32-minute video, I think it's okay. But that was basically my 2 cents on that. I'm a little bit on the fence about the game as a whole, just because they're promising a lot of things, and it is an indie game. There are only 3 developers, so I'm not sure that they can actually deliver all the things they're promising. And I just want to stay guarded so far. So it's very dangerous for game developers to promise things before they're actually put in the games, you know? Like, I know that EA took a lot of features out of the base game and then put them in later on, but they also didn't say that toddlers were going to be in the base game or pools or whatever. They just took them out and they didn't promise they put them in there. They did, though, later on. But if you look at a game like No Man's Sky, where they promised all these different features and then they didn't deliver at release, they did put them in later on in updates, but they still promised them at release. And then when people bought the game and it turned out it didn't have all these features, they got disappointed. So that's why it's a little bit dangerous when developers promise these features that they haven't actually put in the game yet, because they're setting themselves up for disappointment if it turns out that they can't actually deliver on these promises. And that's why I'm staying on the fence about it. Anyways, the bedroom that you saw before is actually the grandparents' bedroom. It's on the ground floor. I just talked over it, so if you were wondering, that's their bedroom. It's kind of like Fancy Grandma. Like, there's something Fancy Grandma to it. And also in here, because I figured they have this big, like, luxurious, a bit expensive looking house. They need a proper fancy home office by the front door. So one of them probably has some kind of fancy position in a firm or whatever. Maybe they work in business or something, and they have to have people over for meetings and stuff in the house. So it's better, in my mind at least, to put the office next to the front door so that the guests don't have to walk through the entire house to get to the office. But I don't really know, like floor planning, real life floor planning. I'm not an architect. I'm just going by like logic in The Sims. Also, I forgot to say it before, but since I mentioned Animal Crossing, I'll just quickly mention it now, super casually. But I might start streaming it actually, and I'm super excited about that because I love the game and I haven't been on Twitch for a while. But I still I spend at least an hour a day playing it at this point. So, or these days at least, I'm a little bit busy these days, but normally I play a little bit more than an hour. So I figured if I'm gonna spend time on it anyways, and I love to play it with people as well, why not just stream it with you guys? So yeah, I might start doing that. I'll keep you guys updated because I know that some of you will be interested in watching it, and I know this because it's been mentioned before in the comment section, by the way, but anyways, I'll keep you guys updated, and yeah, we'll see if it even happens, but I'm hoping that it will because I think it's gonna be a lot of fun. We could do island tours, we could also fix my island up because I didn't think I'd get to this point, but I am kind of in the mood to redo the whole thing, which is dangerous. I haven't done that yet. Like, I've been fine with where I am with my island, but I've just seen a lot of different islands lately, and now I feel like redoing it. I shouldn't have done that, and now I feel like redoing it. It's terrible. But anyways, so we might do something like that. I don't really know, but I think it'll be a lot of fun. Or it would be, because it's not completely settled. But anyways, so this is the parents' bedroom. We've actually talked through most of the interior, and I don't know, I'm just apparently in a rambling mood, even though I'm super tired. I hope I've been making sense so far, even though I'm not really sure that I have. But that was the parents' bedroom. No, they don't have a dresser, but they do have a makeshift walk-in closet. So to actually change their clothes, you'll have to use the mirror in the closet or in the walk-in closet. That's just how it is today. I couldn't fit in a dresser if I also had to do the walk-in closet, but I feel like that closet fit this house a lot better because I could totally imagine the parents in this house to have like a big fancy walk-in closet. We are doing, because we're building in The Sims, the size proportions are a little bit different, but if this was a real life house, they would definitely have like a huge walk-in closet, right? So today they just have a 2x3, but you know, it's what it is. So this is the teens' bedroom, and I actually tried to go for the same color scheme throughout the entire house. So that's mainly white. White? Yeah, white. For some reason, I thought I said yellow for a second. Like I said, I'm a little bit tired. So it's mainly white and gray and silver, and then a little bit of blue. But the blue mainly comes into the picture through the bedrooms. So as you saw in the parents' bedroom, I did put a blue wall behind their bed. That wall, by the way, I'm also using it in here, but it's from Vintage Glamour Stuff Pack. I haven't used it in ages, but since I decided that this house is going to be a little bit more fancy, a little bit more expensive looking, and a little bit more luxurious, I figured I'd try to use that one since it is supposed to be glamorous and stuff. So, and the other bedroom, or the third bedroom that we have here on the second floor, is for the child. I'm actually okay with the floor plan. So floor planning houses that are very squared, so there's not a whole lot of shape to the exterior, is actually really difficult. But I'm okay with how this one turned out, even though I know that the room that I put the dining room in is a little, like, it's a little bit weird, but I'm okay with it. It's okay to make weird floor plans just now and then, you know? But yeah, I also made sure to put the garage door to the kitchen. So instead of the living room, for example, I've done that before, but I feel like somehow in my mind, I'm like, it makes more sense if it would go to a hallway or like right next to a bathroom or to the kitchen. And I'm not really sure why, but my mind was just telling me that it should go to the kitchen rather than any of the other options. So I ended up doing that, and I think it's okay anyways. But yeah, so the last room here on the second floor is the kids' bedroom. They have a lot of toys in here. I think I actually, oh, did I remember? Because they have a family computer, technically a family computer. It's in the office downstairs, so technically a family computer, but also for the owner of the office, whoever that is in this house. But I think I also put a laptop in the teens' bedroom because I often do that. I don't really remember because I finished furnishing this house Sunday, and that's 2 days ago. Yesterday, I don't remember much of yesterday because I was so tired, except from the evening. For some reason, even though I had 3 hours of sleep, I always get more energized in the evening / at night. So I don't really feel it anymore. Why does it work like that? Because it's super annoying. Because once you're finally telling yourself, okay, go to bed, finally you can get sleep, your body is like, nope, you are super awake all of a sudden. Why does it work like that? It's super annoying. My point was, I did the landscaping yesterday, but I finished up the interior Sunday. So the landscaping yesterday didn't actually take a long time. I could have gotten this video up yesterday, but I didn't want to do the voiceover after 3 hours of sleep because I felt like it would just be rambling and not make much sense, just like this voiceover isn't making much sense. But yeah, so I decided to push it today. I hope that's okay though. I'm not sure if I'm gonna do a challenge tomorrow or if it's gonna be like an apartment build or something like that. Let me know, which one would you rather see, a challenge or an apartment build? I need to know, desperately need to know, so let me know in the comment section. Also, whenever I use these hanging flower pots and also the cars, I always get questions about where they're from, what pack they're from, and etc, etc. But they're actually world objects or live edit objects. So if you check the description down below, you can see all the cheats that I use. You can also see all the information about the house if you scroll down a little bit further. And if you scroll down to the bottom, you can also see there is a link to all my hardware and my software. So, or like a list of all my hardware and my software, and it's linked in that list. So just, yeah, they're from the Live Edit Objects catalog. I don't know how to say that, but they're base game items. They're not from a specific pack or anything, or they are from a specific pack. It's from the base game, but that's not, is that a pack? Would you consider that a pack? Isn't it just the game? I don't know, they're from the base game. Anyways, so we're working on the outdoors now, and I wasn't really sure what to do with the terrace space here because I actually like how it looks when it's completely empty. But at the same time, that's also ridiculous because you're just wasting a lot of free space, right? So on the top floor, they're getting a chess table and also a small lounge area. On the bottom floor, I gave them a pair of easels and also a small table. So in the rest of the garden though, in the rest of the backyard here, they have a lot of different activities. I wanted to, not like a crazy amount, but I was kind of set on giving them a gardening area, for example, but then it turned out that I didn't have enough space to give them a garden area, and for a house like this, would it make more sense for them to have a gardening area or an outdoors kitchen, right? So I chose the outdoors kitchen instead. So they have that. They also have, I did manage to fit in a flower arrangement table with a couple of flower pots or plant pots. They also have a fairly like decent sized pool as well. And there is a sand pit for the kid and also the, well, not the teen, but the kid. So that would be a little bit weird. The kid is a little spoiled in this house. They have a whole area of the garden that's just for themselves. But I do love to like add a sand pit in my backyards, so this house was no exception. I do like how the whole landscaping fits together, the way that the driveway here on the right, leads up to the gate to the backyard, for example. I think it turned out okay. So it's also been a while since I've built anything bigger than a 30 by 20, actually. I was so set on not building anything big until I get access to eco lifestyle, but I felt like I needed to finish this house. Did you ever get like that? If you build shells ahead of time, do you ever just feel like all of a sudden like you need to finish it, right? So yeah, I was compelled to finish it. Can you tell I've been watching The Conjuring? They say that like a couple of times during that movie, and I've sucked up that word. It's, yeah, I don't know. Anyways, so for the landscaping here at the front of the house, I took some of you can probably see like the original size of this bush, but I just sized it down. I've done that once before with my traditional Japanese home, actually. Usually I'd probably line up the landscaping around the house with rocks instead, but I like how it looks. Like, I really like how it looks when you're using these sized down bushes instead. So I went for that look for this house. Also because I knew that I had to have something to line up the pathway up to the house, and I ended up using the rocks for that. But if I used the rocks for both the pathway and also the landscaping, it would have been too rocky. Does that make sense? So I decided to go for sized down bushes instead. But I think the sized down bushes look so good. So I can recommend sized down bushes anyways. But yeah, that's what that was about. Just in case you're wondering where those small bushes are from. They're just big bushes that I've sized down. And I also can't tell you how to size down things because I have a Nordic keyboard, so it's different for me. It's the same for people from Norway and also, I'm guessing, the Nordic countries, so Norway, Sweden, Finland, Iceland, and also the Faroe Isles, and also Denmark, of course. I feel like I'm losing my voice, but yeah, we all have Nordic keyboards. I think those countries, like, they all use Nordic keyboards, so our keyboard is just a little bit different, and the size up and size down keys are different for us than it is on a regular keyboard or on a standard keyboard. I think I use the left bracket, small bracket, what the heck is that? I think I use the left bracket key, but I'm not entirely sure. This actually reminds me that I need a new keyboard because mine is a mess. I'm looking at it right now and it's dirty and it's not good. My wrist rest, whatever you call those things, completely like peeling off and stuff. I sit by my computer for way too long and I've bruised my keyboard because of it. So I'm gonna need a new one at some point. Oh, there's one more thing that I've forgotten to say as well. I've been working on getting a Minecraft server up and running. We almost have it done. Like, it's almost up and running, almost. But it's going to be for the Discord members that play Minecraft, at least until it's filled up. And then if someone leaves the server, we can invite someone new in. So if you're interested in that, if you play Minecraft, please join the Discord server and we can figure it out. I'm so close to have it up and running, like so close. I just need to tell the people behind it exactly what mods we're using, and then it'll be up and running. So I'm super excited about that too, because I love Minecraft. Like, I love Minecraft, and I'm excited to play with you guys as well. It's gonna be a lot of fun. We're gonna build up our server together, and it's gonna be great. I'm looking forward to it so much. Also, I had no idea what to do with this backyard when I started placing down the fence. I knew that I wanted there to be a sand pit. I knew that I wanted a pool, and then I thought I wanted a gardening area, which is why I put down the flower arrangement table. But then later on, I decided to not. But that's all I knew. So I just started placing down the fence, and that's why I was kind of like, no, this doesn't work. Let's delete that again, or let's move this over there, or et cetera, et cetera. But I think it turned out okay. There's a natural flow to the backyard, I think, even though just ignore the bare patch of dirt over in the corner. I fixed it, like I said earlier in this video, I fixed it for the uploaded version, so don't worry about that. But it didn't take me very long to figure out exactly where I wanted everything and also what I wanted here, except from the gardening area that I took out. And also, yeah, furnishing it didn't take me that long either, and also doing the landscaping. But I like how it turned out. I feel like it turned out okay. Even though there's not a whole lot of like grass, actually there's no grass. You can't see any grass because everything is covered up by tiles. Or bushes and flowers and stuff. So there's no grass like visible whatsoever. but I do like how it turned out still. It's more like, because to me, when I think backyard or back garden, I always think lots of grass, because we had that in my old, like in my childhood home, our backyard was basically grass. Like there was just, we had a small hill there as well. I make it sound like my backyard was huge. It was, like, it really, really wasn't. It's just that my house was basically on like a small hill, still in the suburbs. We're not talking out in the countryside, still in the suburbs, but just like on a slanted hill. So we had that. We could actually like not ski, but what, sled down it in the winter when we had snow. Also, my sister once broke her leg from doing that, so we kind of stopped doing that. But we could if we wanted to. But that's why in my head, a backyard has like lots of grass that your dog can run around on and stuff, and this one doesn't. So I'm having a hard time calling it a backyard. But again, like, I don't like plain grass in The Sims. I like when there's stuff everywhere, and the two just don't work together, you know? But it's a good thing it's not realistic anyways, because it's The Sims. So, but yeah, not a lot of grass here in the backyard. Lots of landscaping though, but just not a lot of grass. I'm kind of sitting here wondering if I should have put like a treadmill or something outside, or maybe in the garage or something, because I feel like this house, the household, the family living in this house would definitely have a treadmill at home, you know, because they're too busy going to the gym or going for runs or whatever. Or I feel like maybe one of them could go for a run now and then, a bit like a Nancy type, and then the other one just works a lot. Not saying that Nancy doesn't work, because she is a business lady too, but I think my image of her, she kind of does her workouts in the morning, and then the rest of the day is all about work, you know. So maybe one of the parents is a bit like that in this house as well. I don't really know. But anyways, we are getting to the end of this video very slowly in about 30-40 seconds. So we're just placing a few plants around. I am doing the rest of the furnishing. I don't know if I did the sand pit yet, but if I didn't, there's a monkey bar over there, and also a dollhouse, because I like to put dollhouses in sand pits for some reason. And yeah, I think that's actually about it. I'm placing some outdoors lights as well, because the backyard was just a little too dark in the evening. So remember your outdoors lights at night. They are important. If you like to have your Sims eat outside, you should probably put some outdoors light in your back gardens. But other than that, I think that is about it. So if you guys like this house, you can download it off the gallery. My ID is AvelineYT, and you can also find it under the hashtag Aveline or AvelineYT. And as always, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Remember to like and subscribe and all that good stuff if you did, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye-bye. Feels like everything stops for a while when we look into each other's eyes. How could I ever let you go now when you're looking like that? Can't get enough of this. Being with you is a never-ending sunshine. You got your high heels on, and I'm wearing my worn-out jeans. What could go wrong? Sipping on a beer, sing along to our favorite songs. All I want is you. You make my world spin round and round. Sometimes I don't know what to do, 'cause my heart starts racing when I'm with you. Can't get enough of this. Being with you is like never-ending sunshine. Feels like everything stops for a while when we look into each other's eyes. How could I ever let you go now when you're looking like that? Can't get enough of this. Being with you is a never-ending sunshine. A never-ending sunshine. You know I want you close. Maybe hold your hand a little while. Somehow I know you're gonna be the girl that I'll end up calling my own.